just had, I hope you had a good weekend. So it is Sunday. I am driving home. I met two friends and we camped at Jack Lake, which is it Deerbrook, Wisconsin, Langlade County. Anyhow, Jack Lake Campground was really nice. We had this awesome site, and I'm going to post a picture of it on here. So we had a site way back. It was like the last site in the campground, and it was right on the lake. Oh, so incredibly beautiful. So we were up there to hike the Ice Age Trail. I think I've told you this before, that I'm section hiking the Ice Age Trail. If you're not familiar with that, what that means is that I'm just doing it piece by piece by piece, as opposed to through hiking, which means starting at one end and going all the way through to the other. Anyhow, so we got another, I think, 17 miles in over the last 2 days. It's such a beautiful time to hike. There were a lot of mosquitoes. Yeah, there were a lot, but we dealt with it. I did wear my head net for a while to try to keep them out of my face. But anyhow, so this section. So what are these called? We did the Cherry Lake section. No, Summer Moraine and Lumber Camp. Summer Moraine, for those of you who know these sections of Ice Age Trail, we did Summer Moraine and part of Lumber Camp. So I have another 7 miles on Lumber Camp that I'll be going up to finish. Anyhow, great weekend. Oh, so I used my new pack, my new backpack. Actually, they call it a body pack. I used my new body pack from Aarn, A-A-R-N. I used that. I really like it. So I've shared before, I had issue with my right shoulder when I'm backpacking. Even with my day pack, like the weight on that shoulder, it just, it bothers it. It's not like unbearable, but it's not comfortable. Anyhow, so the Aarn body pack puts the majority of the weight down onto the hip belt and onto your hips. So it just, it was really comfortable. It sits a little bit further away from the back, and so there is some air that goes through, so your back it's not like leaning like straight against your back and causing a real sweaty back. There's not as much airflow as there is. I think it was my Osprey had a lot of airflow back there. Anyhow, but it does have some airflow. And then with the pockets up front, again, they're not directly against your body. They're away from your body, so there is airflow there as well. It was really convenient having my water bottles right in my pockets, having my food, my snacks, my eternal grazing food right up there in my pockets. It was really good. Yes, I still have the cough. I wish it would go away soon. Hopefully it will. No, not hopefully. It will go away soon. Anyhow, great weekend. Great friends. Great seeing all the flowers. Oh, did I talk about the flowers? So, it's the time of the spring ephemerals. So we see flowers blooming that we're not going to be seeing blooming after another week or so until next year. So we saw trilliums, white trilliums. We did see some that had like few little streaks of pink in them, but mainly white. The ones that I have at home are red and they're smaller. But anyhow, so we saw the trilliums. We saw hepatica leaves, but no flowers yet. We saw spring beauties. We saw the yellow bellflower. We saw Jack in the pulpits that were getting ready to bloom, not quite blooming yet. Wood anemones, star flowers, spring beauties. Did I say that? Trees, of course, that were blooming. The choke cherry trees were so gorgeous. Trying to think of what else we saw. Oh, we saw lots and lots and lots and lots of bloodroot along this trail. Oh, and we also saw, and I have to look this up because I'm not sure if it was leeks or ramps. Do you know the difference between leeks and ramps? I have to look it up. So we found a lot of them, and that's all I'm thinking of right now. Maybe something else will come. But anyhow, I will post pictures of all of them, like right after I get through rambling here. So, all right, that's the end of my road rambles. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend. It is Memorial Day. And so one of the things, so at Jack Lake, they have a beautiful memorial to all the veterans, to the people who have fought to save our country and our democracy. There were some trees that were dedicated to some fallen soldiers. They were all so young, so incredibly young. Why is it that we lose so many young people to war? Why haven't we figured out how not to do that? How to resolve issues without killing? Anyhow, they were incredibly beautiful memorial paintings, and I will post that because, well, for a lot of you, well, maybe not a lot, but if you're retired like me, every day is a holiday. But if you're not retired and you just had a 3-day weekend, I hope you did keep in mind at some point. Yeah, enjoy yourself, most definitely. That's what we're here for in life, to enjoy ourselves. But I hope at some point you did remember that we would not have the life we have if somebody did not give their time, their skill, and quite possibly their life.